So we think people buy from people they like, and salespeople aren't necessarily likable. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm in sales, great, I'm gonna take your call. So we rather than we have put a big priority on, from an SDR perspective, a BDR perspective, teaching you sales. So we find likable people with proof of grit and grind. We like farm workers, people who have muscled through sports, someone who's been really, really good at, an instrument. Show me that you've done something for a long time, even when it probably wasn't fun. And then we will teach you how to do strategic sales to enterprise, where you actually add value to customers. So we rather than trying to find and sort of grab from other companies' talent, we look for top schools and proof of grind, and we teach you the fundamental of sales. And then we have a mix. We have a lot of grown talent now doing, $1 million plus quotas in enterprise sales, and we've also hired externally as well. But we really want sales to be helpful. We're a challenger shop. We believe in challenger sale, but we want sales to be strategic, and sometimes that's easier to teach than it is to find.
I mean, specifically sales. I mean, today we have a super experienced and national sales lead from Career Builder, as well as an inside sales lead. So I defer to them in terms of the people that they hire, because we're getting awesome talent. And historically, though, when I've had a chance to interview our salespeople, we've looked for a lot of people that are competitive. And the desire to constantly win, to serve the client, but also kind of to have a kill, win the client, and then want to win the next client. And so oftentimes people that have a competitive attitude and thrive in that kind of environment.
I'm going to hit on that. That's exactly what I don't want. I don't want someone in sales to be excited that someone else lost a deal so that they win. We really have a culture of learning and shared success. If you did something that worked well, teach your peers, because we're going to win as a team. And there's a lot of that hunter take all. It doesn't work. So it's easier for us to train it up than to do that.
So I did play soccer and basketball, and they're very much team sports. And so you can be competitive in a team environment.
So there we go.
I would say teamwork was something that Mike Schaefer and Andrea Wagner and Jill Erickson, our Chief Revenue Officer, thrives by, but there's a way to be competitive in a team environment. So.
Yeah, I want to be them, not us. That's how I look at it.
How does that translate, just to kind of pull the thread a little bit? So how does that translate from a comp plan perspective? Do you compensate that way as well?
So I read Drive by Daniel Pink, and it talks about how commissions are derivative and they make you lose motivation. And then I had to go hire 30 salespeople in a year, and I knew we'd never not be able to pay commissions. So we absolutely pay commissions. Everyone else in the company is based on a total company performance bonus pool, where people participate if the company does well, but sales is absolutely individual performance based. But we have notions that you need to be collaborative, you need to be helpful. If you're not constructive from an attitude and cultural perspective, it doesn't matter what your numbers are, you're not going to have a seat at Jellyvision. We got that $5 million of net new ARR with lone wolves. We did. You get a couple people who can put up big numbers and you get there. If you want to predictably do 15 to 20 million of net new ARR, you need a team. And what you need multiple individual contributors who are helping each other out and having collective wins. It's not a handful of people that get you the big numbers. And that's the big shift, is how do we get our best to teach our others and have them incented to do that, instead of having competing internally and wanting others to not do as well.
So do your 50 people get commissioned together, or do they get commissioned individually?
No, they're commissioned individually, and yet the leaders still are our best teachers, because we said it's important and we stand by it.
It's very interesting dialogue, and I think I personally have been part of organizations that have done both, successfully and unsuccessfully. Had nothing to do with me.